Hey, I'm Kev Kim. Welcome back to our Tatuus that time again at around Hampton Downs for a 20-minute race. We've learned from last time. As we start 7th out of a 20-car grid. Let's head towards the first corner of just 7 on this national layout of the circuit. Just 2.6 miles, or 2.6 kilometres, 1.7 miles long. Cutting it down the inside. In fact, we're going to be mugged around the outside as well. The phase 4 start from where we began. Oh no, why are you braking that early? There's someone again fancying the move as he head towards the dipper. So he swacked that curb on the inside. Ticking by on our outside as we're down to 60. It's going to be another long race for us. That's for the final proper corner. Turn 6 and then a kink through turn 7, a bit like Woodcote at Silverstone. And that is Hampton Downs Raceway, 10 years old this year, and they had a cracking weekend in the Toyota Racing Series. A cracking track as well. Very modern. Providing some of the best racing so far of the FT-60. Like splendid race, especially the likes of Liam Lawson in race 1. And Peter Tasek in race 2. And then lots of drivers in race 3. It was a very crazy race 3 as well. Lots of retirements, including for Lawson. So getting into the river now in the second lap. And how many laps we're going to have? We're averaging around a minute lap times. And in real life they were doing like minute ones. So it could be just over 20 laps, 21 laps. And those two are a bit slow at the start here. With race 4, there we go, mid 101s already. That's the likes of Fraga and Lawson were doing in the race. We're just going to get quicker from that as well. And we've got lots of fuel on board at the moment. I mean, I've filled this up for 25 laps, so definitely playing it safe with fuel. After the from Tonga. That's all. I do love this car. It's not got enough horsepower for me to screw up, as I did at Tonga, but coming out the corner especially, it gets a bit squealy. And he definitely put up downforce in the high-speed corners, so go very wide. And drop another place down to 17. In practice, I thought that was a mid-59, so we're 2 seconds off the pace at the moment. There's a big lock up in front, yellow flag out. Bit of a crash going on. It's a bit like race 3 in real life, but at the beginning of race 1, we finally saw one of my predictions finally turned out right in motorsport. That was someone's got damaged and holding us all up, it seems like. That Igor Fraga finally won a race in the Toyota Racing Series. The 7th time of asking. Definitely deserved one for the busy, and as one ahead of Lawson, who it was just a difference of starts. Like Fraga on the second row just got a belting getaway, got into the lead. Well, Lawson on the front row dropped back to 5th. So we had that check. Tasek on pole. And now he just dropped back to 3rd, and he ain't got overtaken by Lawson wonderfully towards the end of the first race. So the championship contenders, first and second, first podium of the season for the Czech as well. But concentrate to this first corner. Right, glance to my right. Especially as we're down the order, might be making moves like this, like Lawson did. Oh, just shut out. Like, turn 1 was Lawson's favourite spot, unbelievably. We saw a brilliant move in race 2 from Lawson. At a late restart, past Rasmussen, was 2nd in that race. And so behind Franco Colapinto, who won his first race to the young Argentine Spanish F4 champion. 16-year-old winning ahead of Lawson. Well, Fraga was off the podium. Frustrated. As he was stuck behind Ollie well, he was stuck battling Sonoda. There's all defending the inside. Hope we get into a rhythm around it. Go on to the minutes. Need to find another second though. And for Sonoda, the qualifying just wrecked him. Once again, first and second races dropped so many points. It's gone very wide. It's all pushed off. Now we're in last, we can actually concentrate about talking. But then in the last race, he did have a good qualifying. And finished on the podium, but again for Yuki, he's been kind of overshadowed by Igor Fraga, who's leading the way now as he won the final race. The Denny Home Memorial Trophy, so named after the 1967 F1 champion. And the trophy after his last F1 victory, his 8th victory in Argentina in, I think it was 1974. You know, it was the last season if I remember. Denny Home, definitely a New Zealand legend, not just for his F1 exploits, but for Can-Am, for helping build up McLaren, especially after Bruce McLaren's death as well, keeping with that team in F1. Oh, that's poor. Don't worry, just giving them a head start, okay? Let's just get into the river and get our head down a bit. Yeah, for Fraga, definitely was his coming out weekend. He's been incredibly consistent. Like 4 podiums in 6 races, but to make the 2 podiums he got in Hampton victories means he now leads the championship heading to Poco. But on to round of the season. A fun circuit as well, even though it's been slightly neutered in recent years. What it was. Another short, fast circuit as well. Might see a theme with New Zealand and Aussie circuits on the most part. But yeah, he won that final race ahead of Gregor Saucy, the Swiss driver, grabbing another podium. His second place of the season after grabbing one in Highlands. And for Saucy, he was a bit not in Highlands, like Tonga. But he battled Fraga hard. He battled him hard as well here. Like he was. Don't think anyone had the pace to match Fraga apart from Lawson. But Saucy definitely kept it saucy. As you see, he's holding off Sonoda as well near the end of the race. But it was a disappointing weekend over for the Swiss driver. Even though he's up to 3rd in the championship again at the Colour Pinto. That's more due to the Argentine being unlucky, getting punted at one of the many restarts in that final race. But yeah, he just did not have pace in the first 2 races, did the Swiss, and then had superb qualifying in the last one. Got a podium. Colour Pinto, as I said, he had a decent qualifying, just got punted early on a restart, and great battle back through the field, back up to 8th in that final race. As he finished 5th, 1st, and 8th. So once again, he's having a standout race, but just not having the full weekend. Otherwise, he no doubt would be 3rd in the championship, behind the top 2. But I haven't mentioned Lawson in race 3 so far. That's because the cream, he lost power in Tatuus, I remember when he said he was leading, that allowed Fraga to breathe down his neck. We had it happen to him again, but this time, happened in this middle section that we've just gone by, returns 2 and 3. Unfortunately, the young American, Spike, Carl Becker, just went into the back of him, having his best race of the season so far. The American running in 7th, just ran into the back of Lawson, just a blind corner. Lawson trying to get off the racing line, and unfortunate circumstances led to them clashing. And so for Lawson, that retirement could be huge with the consistency that Fraga's showing. And there's only 6 rounds remaining. So he's going to be more on the attack, Lawson. Like, he's contained himself quite well, especially in, say, the first 2 races at Hampton Downs. So always comes big in the final race, and he had a great little battle with Fraga before the power issue. So yeah, he's just got to go all out. There's a bit of history repeating for Lawson, because he saw it last year in the Toyota Racing Series when his rival Marcus Armstrong won the Hampton Downs race when he retired as well. So history repeating, but he did fight back and won that match up by 10 points ahead of Armstrong. Will he do the same against Fraga? Definitely will depend what happens next time out. Like, if Fraga just continue banging out the podiums, being consistent, could be incredibly difficult for Lawson. Like, that one retirement could sort things between the two with how good they are. There we go, mid 59s, that's more like it. Or 59.8. But yeah, who else was in the top 5 then? Colette. We haven't talked much about Colette, but Brazilian was consistent. He's getting a bit more towards that top 5 with 4, 6th and 4th. Like, he's just 6 points behind Zendetti. Just 16 points behind Sonoda as well. So Brazilian doing well after that shocker of a weekend in Ireland. Just didn't quite have that overall pace to challenge for the podiums or victory, but good consistency. And very much expect him to maybe a bit more competitive in Pocono. Maybe get some podiums again on the board. And then we also had Zendetti with his best race of the weekend. The last one finished in the top 5 after finishing 10th and 7th. And Jim was a mixed bag, like he was off track, I believe, in the second race. I know first race lost a number of positions, like off track a couple of times, just trying too hard and battling, and yeah, just a bit all over the place for Zendetti. Maybe may expect a bit better from the German. We're still battling there for the top 5. I mean, helped by Sonoda's issues. He might not have the pace of the Red Bull Junior, but he's still getting results, the German. And then Pasek as well, the Czech driver, after that podium, getting a top 5. The second race looking pretty strong behind Fraga, giving the Brazilian some issues. And in the last race, unfortunately, getting tangled early on, lost the cylinder. But did make it to the finish, grabbing a top 10. So he's on the edge of that battle for the top 5 in 8th. And we've got Ollie Rampersson with another podium in the second race. But not quite having the pace in the first race. And then the last race, one of a number of drivers getting caught up in incidents, which allowed the Swedes and then Enquist to get his best result this season by a country mile in 6th, and Lucas Pettersson getting 7th as well. So good to see for the Swedes. Maybe I need to lower the difficulty here. not quite up to scratch. Like, one lap I am, but being consistent, not quite. Especially as we're reviewing the action here. Oh wait, you just got another 5 minutes maybe. So yeah, great weekend at Hampton Downs. Really showed off the FT-60 can be a racing machine. Lots of chaos as well in that final race. Like, very much looking forward to the penultimate round of the weekend, of the season, shall I say. The Pocono, as I said, a good track as well. I've seen the supercars around there when I followed the highlights previously. And yeah, it does provide some decent racing as well, even though they've added that chicane in the middle now, the back stretch. Oh god, car. Now we're doing mid 1 minute because it just keep messing up the dipper. I'm pushing too hard through the 6th corner as well. So they're going to run onto this start-finish straight. It's a very modern facility, Hampton Downs. Like, got a number of things, mostly remote controlled as well, like automated systems, lots of automated systems around it. It's a wonderful facility. So we're not running around the full circuit, which is when you had on the club circuit, which is 1.2 miles, or 1.2 kilometers long. They have a 3.8 kilometer long full circuit with just 10 corners, and it might have been fun in these cars. Unfortunately, we don't have the full circuit as well in this. We just have track layouts that they use in the Toyota Racing Series, so we can't try it out in this car. That would have been good fun. As this feels like a decent lap for once. Sure, we caught up slightly. No, still average. But yeah, I can't believe that turn 1 and into this turn 2 as well. Good overtaking spots. Even saw the odd pass into turn 4 coming up. And then into the dipper as well, where we saw it's near the back of the field. The second race between Axel Noz Rudy Andrade, where the Swiss rider just came across the nose of the Angolan car and almost flipped it like he did in free practice. Just gets it on all fours. But yeah, horror weekend for the Swiss driver. Like retirement in the last race as well. And we also saw the Dutch driver, the 16-year-old, who's just turned 16, make his debut. Emin van der Helm finished 11th in the final race. Which was a decent result. We see some top 10s from him in the last couple of rounds. I know it will be a hard task for him. Pretty competitive midfield in a Toyota Racing Series. Like Ido Cohn was off the pace. Israeli driver after a decent weekend at Tonga. Jackson Walls had some good pace. As well did the Australian. Grabbing 8th, 9th and 12th. And Emil Denno, remember he won at Tonga? 17-year-old Frenchman. No luck at all. Yeah, Hampton Downs. For a couple of retirements and a 12th. So lots to look forward to in the penultimate round of the season. I was saying the momentum's with Fraga, like no doubt he'll continue bringing out consistent points finishes and getting podiums. It's just about whether Lawson can be the one to get the victories. And it could be really close heading into the final rounds. The Chris Amon circuit. In Manfield, so... Oh my god, we're way behind, aren't we? I definitely need to lower the difficulty for next time. Maybe down to 85 from 90. Like, 90 is good round Highfields. 90 is good for one lap in these cars for me round Tonga in here, but over a race distance, as you can see, we're far behind. Of course, they're dipping into 1 minute and in 101s. Need to be consistent 59s. Got it out of it. Oh man, this is really a roller coaster circuit too. Love it. Be nice to try the skippies round here, maybe as so flag out. Oh, the skip barber cars around here. Pretty good fun. Once again, wide into Volta corner. This is a better lap than we've done recently. There's more yellow flag. What is that for? We're near the end of the race, we are. As we end with a 59.9. Just needed more of those this race. So yeah, for Pocono, should I say. Going for Fraga of maybe one race, but Lawson the others. I think once again it's going to be between those two maybe, but watch out for Saucy Colapinto. Maybe grab a victory. Sonoda I'm giving up on and getting victories. Like, so of course he's going to grab a victory next time out in the Turtle Racing Series. But hope you enjoy some more FT-60 action. Are you enjoying the Turtle Racing Series as well? Let me know. And I will see you next time. Not that Pocono in rFactor 2. For some reason I haven't released it unless I can find a mod for it. It might be round... What's the Italian circuit added in instead? Can't remember the name of it now or how to say it. But yeah, I might go around that circuit instead of the FT-60. A bit of a longer circuit as well. It might be like a couple of minutes by that for all these cars around there. Or at least more like a minute 30 than these short sprints we've been having. So, thanks for watching and I will see you next time. There we go.